What if you could flip a switch and instantly tap into an endless source of power, just like turning on a light? It might sound too good to be true, but Dr. Ernest Holmes believed it's not only possible, it's your birthright. He called it your God-given power, a force already inside you, just waiting to be activated. Today, I'm going to show you how to turn that switch on and change your life forever. Dr. Holmes discovered this amazing truth after feeling stuck and powerless in his own life. One day, he realized that the power he was seeking was already within him. He just needed to tap into it. From that moment on, his life transformed. He went from feeling lost to becoming a spiritual teacher who helped thousands unlock their own divine potential. Imagine you're a light bulb with unlimited potential. The only problem? You don't know how to turn yourself on. But what if I told you that Dr. Holmes found the secret to illuminating your life, and it's been inside you all along? We're talking about a connection so profound, it changes everything. Dr. Holmes discovered that we're not just connected to the divine mind, we're unique expressions of it. Think about that for a second. You're not separate from the source of all power and wisdom. You're a living, breathing manifestation of it. But here's where it gets really interesting. Holmes used this amazing analogy to help us understand our connection to the divine. Picture yourself as a lamp. Not just any lamp, but one that's plugged into an infinite power source. That's you, right now. You're already connected to this limitless energy. The only thing missing? Knowing how to flip your switch. But here's the thing. You can't see the electricity, can you? It's invisible, just like the divine energy flowing through you. Holmes said, "The mind of God is the only mind that exists because life is within us." This isn't just some feel-good quote, it's a powerful truth that can transform your life. So how do we tap into this invisible power? Holmes taught that it's all about conscious engagement. Just like you have to flip a switch to light up a room, you need to consciously activate your connection to the divine mind. It's not about hoping or wishing, it's about knowing and doing. Let's try a little exercise right now. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath. Now, imagine a bright, glowing cord of energy connecting you to an infinite source of light. Feel that energy flowing into you, filling you up with warmth and power. Now, repeat after me. I am connected to the divine power. Like electricity, it flows through me, and I can use it to illuminate my path. How did that feel? Pretty amazing, right? That's just a taste of what Holmes was talking about. He believed that when we truly recognize our connection to the divine mind, we unlock our God-given power. It's like suddenly realizing you've had a superpower all along. But here's the catch. This isn't a one-and-done deal. Holmes taught that we need to consciously engage with this power every single day. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every morning when you wake up, remind yourself of your divine connection. Visualize that cord of energy. Feel the power flowing through you. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds great, but how does it actually change my life? Well, let me tell you, when you start to see yourself as an expression of the divine mind, everything shifts. Suddenly, those big dreams don't seem so impossible. Those challenges that used to overwhelm you, they become opportunities to express your inner divine power. Holmes discovered that when we align ourselves with this divine energy, we start to manifest our desires in incredible ways. It's not magic. It's about tapping into the infinite wisdom and power that's already within you. You start making decisions from a place of divine guidance. You find yourself in the right place at the right time. Opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere. But remember, this is just the first step. Recognizing your connection to the divine mind is like finding the key to a treasure chest. It's exciting, but the real magic happens when you start using that key. In the next section, we're going to dive into how you can actively engage with this divine power. We'll explore Holmes's powerful visualization technique that can help you flip that inner switch and let your light shine bright. You've recognized your divine connection, but how do you actually use it? Imagine if activating your God-given power was as easy as flipping a light switch in your mind. Dr. Holmes taught a visualization technique so simple, yet so profound, it could transform your life in an instant. This is where things get really exciting. Dr. Holmes discovered that we can actually train our minds to tap into this divine energy at will. It's like having a superpower that you can activate anytime, anywhere. And the best part? It's already within you, just waiting to be switched on. So, how do we do it? Holmes developed a powerful visualization technique that he called flipping the mental switch. It's a way to consciously engage with the divine power that's always flowing through you. Let's try it together right now. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Picture a light switch in your mind. This switch represents your connection to the divine mind. Now, imagine yourself reaching out and flipping that switch on. As you do, visualize a surge of warm, golden energy flowing into you. Feel it filling every cell of your body, lighting you up from the inside out. This is your God-given power being activated. Now open your eyes. How do you feel? More energized? More connected? This simple act of visualization can make a world of difference. Holmes believed that this mental exercise could instantly reconnect us to our divine power, especially in moments when we feel disconnected or powerless. But here's the thing. This isn't just a one-time event. Holmes encouraged his students to practice this visualization regularly, making it a habit to flip the switch whenever they needed a boost of divine energy. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger your connection becomes. One of Holmes's students shared a powerful story about using this technique. She was facing a major career decision and felt overwhelmed by fear and doubt. Every morning she practiced flipping her mental switch, visualizing herself filled with divine guidance and confidence. Within weeks, she noticed a shift. New opportunities started appearing, and she found herself making decisions with a sense of clarity and purpose she'd never experienced before. This technique isn't about forcing things to happen or controlling the universe. It's about aligning yourself with the divine flow that's already there. So when you flip that mental switch, you're opening yourself up to guidance, inspiration, and opportunities you might have missed before. Remember, you don't need to understand every aspect of how this works to benefit from it. Just like you don't need to know the intricacies of electricity to turn on a light, you don't need to fully comprehend the divine mind to tap into its power. Your job is simply to flip the switch and let the energy flow. So, I challenge you to try this visualization technique every day for the next week. Whenever you feel stuck, stressed, or disconnected, take a moment to close your eyes and flip that mental switch. Notice how it changes your perspective and opens you up to new possibilities. As you practice this, you might start to notice some interesting changes in your life. Synchronicities may become more frequent. Solutions to problems might appear out of nowhere. You may find yourself in the right place at the right time more often. These are all signs that you're aligning with the divine flow. Now imagine if you could tap into this invisible guidance system at will. What if trusting in something you can't see could be the key to unlocking your full potential? Dr. Ernest Holmes believed that's exactly what we're all capable of doing. He taught that there's a divine force, much like gravity, constantly working in our lives, whether we're aware of it or not. Think about it. Gravity is invisible, yet it's one of the most powerful forces in the universe. You don't need to see it or even understand it fully to benefit from it. Holmes believed the same is true for divine guidance. It's always there, silently shaping our lives, waiting for us to tune in and trust it. Holmes often said, "There is one life, and that life is God. That life is my life now." This isn't just a poetic statement. It's a profound truth that can transform how you navigate life's challenges and opportunities. When you truly grasp that you're connected to this divine life force, you start to see everything differently. But here's the million-dollar question. How do you actually tap into this invisible guidance? It's not about developing psychic powers or waiting for a burning bush to speak to you. It's much simpler and more powerful than that. It's so straightforward that most people miss it entirely. Holmes taught that the first step is simply to acknowledge and trust in this unseen force. It's about shifting your perspective from feeling alone and unsupported to knowing you're always guided. One practical way to do this is through affirmations. When you're facing a challenge or feeling lost, try saying, "I am supported by a force greater than myself." Feel the power in those words. Let them remind you of your connection to the divine. But it doesn't stop there. Holmes encouraged his students to become more aware of the coincidences in their lives. You know those moments when you're thinking about someone and they suddenly call, or when you stumble upon exactly the information you need at just the right time. These aren't random occurrences. They're signs of divine guidance at work. Start paying attention to these synchronicities in your life. They're like little breadcrumbs leading you towards your highest good. The more you notice them, the more you'll see them. It's like tuning into a radio frequency. At first you might hear mostly static, but as you fine-tune, the signal becomes clearer and stronger. Remember, this isn't about passively waiting for the universe to hand you everything on a silver platter. It's about actively partnering with the divine force that's always working in your life. It's about making decisions from a place of trust and inner knowing, rather than fear and doubt. Holmes believed that when we align ourselves with this divine guidance, we tap into a wisdom far greater than our own limited perspective. Suddenly, solutions to problems appear out of nowhere. Opportunities we never even imagined start showing up. It's not magic. It's what happens when you open yourself up to the infinite possibilities of the universe. So, how can you start trusting this invisible guidance today? Begin by setting an intention each morning to be open to divine direction. Throughout your day, pause and ask, what is the divine guidance telling me in this situation? Then listen. The answer might come as a gut feeling, a sudden inspiration, or through the words of a friend. And here's a powerful practice Holmes recommended. At the end of each day, reflect on the moments when you felt guided or supported. Where did things flow effortlessly? What unexpected blessings came your way? This simple act of reflection helps train your mind to recognize divine guidance more easily. But while reflecting on blessings is powerful, what about the moments that feel like curses? Holmes had a radical perspective on life's challenges that could completely transform how you view your problems. What if I told you that the very thing causing you stress right now could be your ticket to profound personal growth? Dr. Ernest Holmes believed that every challenge we face is actually a hidden opportunity for growth. He taught that our problems aren't really problems at all. They're invitations to tap into our inner wisdom and express our true divine nature. It's a perspective that can change everything about how you approach life's difficulties. Holmes often said, "The problem is not the problem is our perspective on the problem." Think about that for a moment. What if the thing you're struggling with right now isn't actually the issue? What if the real challenge is how you're looking at it? So, let's try a little experiment. Think about a problem you're facing right now. Got it? Now, instead of focusing on how difficult or frustrating it is, ask yourself this question. What is this situation inviting me to learn or become? This simple shift in perspective can open up a world of possibilities. Holmes believed that every challenge is an opportunity to engage with divine wisdom. It's like the universe is giving you a chance to flex your spiritual muscles and grow stronger. When you start viewing your problems this way, you'll find that solutions often appear more easily, and you'll feel more empowered to handle whatever comes your way. But how do we actually put this into practice? Holmes suggested training our minds to focus on solutions rather than problems. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? This simple question can lead to new insights and creative solutions you might have overlooked before. For example, let's say you're struggling financially. Instead of seeing this as a dead end, you could view it as an invitation to explore new income streams or get creative with your resources. Maybe it's pushing you to finally start that side business you've been dreaming about, or to learn valuable money management skills. One powerful approach is to focus your thoughts and develop a clear, definite goal. When you combine a burning desire for success with persistent effort and unwavering faith in your ability to achieve it, you'll naturally begin attracting the opportunities and resources needed to turn your vision into reality. Or perhaps you're dealing with a difficult relationship. Rather than seeing it as a source of stress, you could view it as a chance to practice patience, improve your communication skills, or set healthy boundaries. Every challenge is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. But remember, this isn't about ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about shifting your perspective to see the potential for growth in every situation. Holmes believed that when we align ourselves with divine wisdom, we can transform any challenge into an opportunity for expansion. So, here's a challenge for you. For the next week, whenever you face a difficulty, big or small, pause and ask yourself, how can I grow from this? Notice how this simple question changes your approach to the situation. You might be surprised at the insights and solutions that come to you when you open yourself up to this perspective. And don't forget, you're not alone in this. Holmes taught that we're all connected to an infinite source of wisdom and power. When you're facing a challenge, take a moment to connect with that divine energy. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and affirm, I am guided by divine wisdom. This challenge is an opportunity for growth and expression of my true self. As you practice this perspective shift, you might start to notice some interesting changes in your life. Challenges that used to overwhelm you might begin to feel more manageable. You might find yourself approaching problems with more creativity and confidence. And most importantly, you'll start to see yourself as someone who grows through difficulties rather than someone who's defeated by them. So, now you've mastered reframing challenges. Are you ready to supercharge your manifestation skills? Imagine if you could communicate your desires to the universe so vividly that it had no choice but to respond. Dr. Holmes discovered a technique that does exactly that, and it might surprise you how simple it is. But have you ever felt like your prayers aren't being heard? Like you were speaking a different language than the universe? Well, according to Dr. Ernest Holmes, you might have been. He believed that we've been praying wrong all this time, and he had a revolutionary idea about how to fix it. Holmes taught that visualization is actually a powerful form of prayer. It's not just daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's a way to communicate directly with the divine mind. When you create vivid mental images of your desires, you're essentially speaking the language of the universe. Think about it. When you pray with words, you're using human language to express your desires. But the universe doesn't speak English or any other human language. It speaks in energy and images. So when you visualize, you're aligning your thoughts and emotions with the very fabric of reality. Here's how Holmes explained it. There is one infinite mind from which all things come. Every time man thinks, he uses it. In other words, your thoughts are tapping into the same creative force that shapes the entire universe. That's pretty powerful stuff, right? But here's the key. It's not enough to just think about what you want. You need to feel it. Experience it in your mind as if it's already real. Holmes believed that this emotional engagement is what really supercharges your visualizations. Let's try a simple exercise right now. Close your eyes and picture something you really want in your life. Maybe it's a new job, a loving relationship, or perfect health. Now don't just see it, feel it. Imagine the joy, the excitement, the gratitude you'd feel if this desire was already a reality. Let those emotions wash over you. How did that feel? Energetic, right? That's the power of visualization. You're not just thinking about what you want, you're actually experiencing it on an emotional level. And according to Holmes, that's when the magic really happens. But here's the thing. Visualization isn't a one-and-done deal. Holmes emphasized that consistency is key. He encouraged people to visualize daily, stating that the seeds of your desires take time to grow, and one must nurture them through consistent visualization practices. So how can you make visualization a regular part of your spiritual practice? Here are a few tips. 1. Set aside dedicated time each day for visualization. Even just 5-10 minutes can make a big difference. 2. Create a quiet, comfortable space where you won't be interrupted. 3. Start with deep breathing to calm your mind and get into a receptive state. 4. Use all your senses in your visualizations. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel? 5. End your visualization with gratitude, as if your desire has already manifested. But remember, visualization isn't about forcing things to happen. It's about aligning yourself with the infinite possibilities of the universe. It's about opening yourself up to receive the good that's already waiting for you. And as you practice visualization, you might start to notice some interesting changes in your life. Opportunities that align with your desires might start showing up more frequently. You might find yourself making decisions that naturally lead you towards your goals. This is what Holmes meant when he said that visualization helps us align with the divine flow. You've learned to visualize, but are you truly living in alignment with the divine mind? There's a missing piece that could be holding you back from fully manifesting your desires. Dr. Holmes revealed a daily spiritual practice that might just be the key you've been searching for. Now let's talk about something that could completely change your life in just 10 minutes a day. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, Dr. Ernest Holmes discovered that consistency is the secret sauce when it comes to tapping into your divine power. Holmes believed that our connection to the divine mind is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But here's the catch. You need to exercise it every single day. He found that even a short daily practice could make a world of difference in maintaining that spiritual connection. So, what does this daily practice look like? It's simpler than you might think. Holmes recommended a combination of meditation, gratitude, and affirmations. Let's break it down. First, start your day with a few minutes of quiet meditation. This isn't about emptying your mind or achieving some mystical state. It's simply about creating space to connect with the divine energy within you. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and allow yourself to feel that connection. Next, practice gratitude. Holmes believed that gratitude is like a magnet for abundance. Take a moment to list 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big or small. The important thing is to feel the emotion of gratitude. Finally, use affirmations to set your intention for the day. Holmes suggested saying things like, "I know there is a power for good which is responding to me and bringing into my experience everything that is necessary to my unfoldment." Feel the truth of these words as you say them. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't have time for all this. But here's the thing. Holmes found that even 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference. It's not about the length of time, but the consistency of practice. Holmes often said, "What the world needs is spiritual conviction followed by spiritual experience." This daily routine is your way of turning that spiritual conviction into a tangible experience. It's about making your connection to the divine mind a living, breathing part of your everyday life. But don't just take my word for it. Holmes encouraged his students to try this practice for 7 days straight. He believed that within a week, you'd start to notice significant changes in your life. You might find yourself feeling more centered, more in tune with your intuition, and more open to the opportunities around you. Remember, this isn't about forcing things to happen. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of divine energy and allowing abundance to come into your life naturally. As you practice this routine, you might start to notice that you're making decisions with more clarity and confidence. You might find that synchronicities and lucky coincidences become more common in your life. Here's a challenge for you. Commit to this 10-minute routine for the next 7 days. Set a reminder on your phone if you need to. Each day, take a moment to notice how you feel after your practice. Are you calmer, more focused, more optimistic? Keep a journal of your experiences. You might be surprised at what you discover. And here's a little secret. This practice isn't just for the morning. You can use elements of it throughout your day. Feeling stressed at work? Take a deep breath and repeat your affirmation. Stuck in traffic? Use that time to practice gratitude. The more you integrate these practices into your daily life, the stronger your connection to the divine mind becomes. You've been focusing on your thoughts, but have you considered the power of your emotions? There's a reason why some souls seem to effortlessly manifest abundance, while others face resistance. Your emotions are the energetic frequency that aligns you with the universe's infinite possibilities. It turns out, your feelings could be the missing link in your spiritual journey toward manifestation. Are you prepared to unlock this sacred emotional key and bring your deepest desires into reality? Dr. Ernest Holmes understood that our emotions are like a sacred language. It's like a divine dialogue we use to communicate with the universe. He taught that feeling joy and gratitude as if our desires are already fulfilled is the real magic behind manifestation. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about truly feeling them in every fiber of your being. This deep emotional alignment is where the real power of manifestation unfolds, allowing us to co-create with the infinite power of God. Think about it. When you're excited about something, doesn't it seem like the whole world conspires to make it happen? That's because your emotions are sending out powerful signals to the universe. Holmes discovered that these feelings are the fuel for your manifestations. They're like a magnet, attracting experiences that match your emotional state. But here's the thing. It's not just about feeling good occasionally. Holmes taught that we need to practice this emotional alignment throughout our day. It's about consistently choosing emotions that match the life we want to create. Sounds simple, right? But let me tell you, it's a game changer. So how do we actually do this? Holmes suggested starting with gratitude. Take a moment right now to think of 3 things you're grateful for. Really feel that gratitude in your heart. Notice how your energy shifts. That's the power of emotional alignment in action. Now, try this exercise. Close your eyes and imagine your dream life. Maybe it's a successful career, a loving relationship, or perfect health. Now, instead of just picturing it, feel it. Feel the joy, the excitement, the peace that comes with living that reality. Holmes believed that when we feel these emotions as if our desires are already fulfilled, we align more deeply with the divine mind. But don't stop there. Holmes encouraged us to carry these emotions with us throughout our day. When you're stuck in traffic, instead of feeling frustrated, tap into the feeling of your dream life. When you're doing mundane tasks, infuse them with the joy of your desired reality. It's about living as if your dreams have already come true. Now, I know what you're thinking. But what if I don't feel good all the time? Holmes had an answer for that too. He taught that we can choose our emotions, just like we choose our thoughts. It takes practice, but it's possible. Start small. Each day, choose one positive emotion to focus on. Maybe it's joy, love, or excitement. Whenever you notice yourself slipping into negative feelings, gently guide yourself back to your chosen emotion. Remember, this isn't about denying your true feelings or pretending everything is perfect. It's about consciously choosing emotions that align with your desires. It's about recognizing that your feelings are powerful creators in your life. As you practice this emotional alignment, you might start to notice some interesting changes. Opportunities that match your desires might show up more frequently. You might find yourself making decisions that naturally lead you towards your goals. This is what Holmes meant when he said that our emotions are the fuel for manifestation. But here's the most important part. Don't wait to feel good until your desires manifest. Feel good now. Choose joy now. Live in gratitude now. Because according to Holmes, that's how you create the energetic match for what you want to experience. You've learned to align your emotions with your desires. But what happens when things don't go according to plan? Dr. Holmes uncovered a surprising secret. The key to unlocking your dreams might be hidden in the art of surrender. Could letting go be the missing link in your manifestation journey? Have you ever noticed that the harder you try to make something happen, the more it seems to slip away? It's like trying to catch water with your hands. The tighter you grip, the more it escapes. Well, Dr. Ernest Holmes discovered a powerful truth that might just change everything for you. He called it surrendering to the divine flow, and it's the secret sauce that can take your manifestation game to a whole new level. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surrender? Isn't that like giving up? But here's the thing. Holmes wasn't talking about throwing in the towel. He was talking about a deeper level of trust in the universe. It's about recognizing that there's a divine wisdom at work in your life, one that knows better than you do what's truly best for you. Holmes believed that when we surrender to this divine flow, we open ourselves up to blessings beyond our wildest dreams. It's like stepping into a river and letting it carry you, instead of fighting against the current. You might end up somewhere even better than where you were trying to swim to on your own. But how do we actually do this? Holmes suggested a simple affirmation to help us align with this divine guidance. I trust the process of life and allow my divine guidance to lead me. Try saying this to yourself right now. Feel the weight lift off your shoulders as you let go of the need to control everything. Now, I get it. Surrendering can feel scary. We're so used to trying to make things happen through sheer force of will. But Holmes found that true power comes from aligning ourselves with the infinite wisdom of the universe. It's about co-creating with the divine, not struggling against it. Let me share a story that really brings this idea to life. There was a man who had been struggling financially for years. No matter how hard he worked or how many vision boards he made, he just couldn't seem to get ahead. Then he learned about Holmes's concept of surrender. Instead of obsessing over his bank account, he started focusing on feeling abundant and trusting that the universe would provide. He let go of his tight grip on his finances and started looking for ways to be generous with what he did have. And you know what? Within months, unexpected opportunities started showing up. A job offer came out of nowhere, offering him double his current salary. An investment he'd forgotten about suddenly paid off. This man's story isn't unique. Time and time again, Holmes saw that when people truly surrendered to the divine flow, miracles happened. It's like the universe is just waiting for us to get out of our own way so it can shower us with blessings. So how can you start practicing surrender in your own life? Here's a simple exercise. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine all your worries and fears as balloons in your hands. Now, one by one, let those balloons go. Watch them float away into the sky. Feel the lightness that comes with releasing your need to control everything. Remember, surrendering doesn't mean becoming passive. It means trusting in a higher wisdom while still taking inspired action. It's about being open to guidance and opportunities you might have missed when you were too busy trying to force things to happen. As you practice surrender, you might start to notice some amazing changes in your life. Things that used to stress you out might suddenly feel easier. Opportunities you never even dreamed of might start showing up. You might find yourself feeling more peaceful, more joyful, and more in tune with the flow of life. Now that you're in tune with the flow of life, it's time to sharpen your spiritual senses. Have you ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be right, even when it didn't make logical sense? Dr. Holmes believed this wasn't just coincidence. It was evidence of something far more profound. Could your intuition be the key to unlocking your full divine potential? Holmes taught that intuition is more than just a hunch or a random thought. He believed it's actually the voice of the divine speaking directly to you. Imagine having a personal hotline to the universe, always ready to offer you wisdom and guidance. That's exactly what Holmes discovered our intuition to be. But here's the thing. Many of us have been trained to ignore this inner voice. We've been taught to trust logic and reason above all else. Holmes found that this can actually block us from receiving divine guidance. He believed that our intuition is like a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it gets. So how do we start tapping into this divine wisdom? Holmes suggested starting small. Pay attention to those little nudges you feel throughout your day. Maybe it's an urge to call a friend, or a sudden inspiration to try something new. Instead of dismissing these thoughts, try acting on them. Holmes said, "Every man becomes a unique manifestation of the whole." This means your intuition is uniquely tailored to you. It's not about following someone else's path. It's about trusting your own inner guidance. Here's a simple exercise to help you tune into your intuition. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Now, ask yourself a question you've been struggling with. Don't try to figure out the answer with your mind. Instead, notice what feelings or images come up. This is your intuition speaking to you. Remember, intuition often comes as a subtle feeling or a quiet voice. It's not usually loud or demanding. That's why it's so important to create moments of stillness in your day. Holmes believed that in these quiet moments, we can hear the whispers of divine wisdom more clearly. But here's the most important part. Once you receive intuitive guidance, act on it. Holmes taught that taking action based on our intuition strengthens our connection to the divine mind. It's like saying to the universe, "I'm listening and I trust what you're telling me." Now I know what you might be thinking. What if I'm wrong? What if it's not really intuition? Holmes had an answer for that too. He believed that even if we misinterpret our intuition sometimes, the act of listening and following it still strengthens our connection to divine wisdom. It's all part of the learning process. Let me share a story that really brings this idea to life. There was a woman who had been feeling stuck in her career for years. One day she had a sudden urge to take a different route to work. It didn't make logical sense. This new route was longer, but she decided to follow her intuition. On this new route, she saw a sign for a job fair. She decided to stop in and ended up finding her dream job. This small act of following her intuition led to a major positive change in her life. As you start to trust and act on your intuition more, you might notice some amazing changes in your life. You might find yourself in the right place at the right time more often. Solutions to problems might appear out of nowhere. You might feel a deeper sense of peace and alignment with your life's purpose. Remember, your intuition is your direct line to divine wisdom. It's always there, ready to guide you towards your highest good. Trust it, nurture it, and watch as your life begins to unfold in beautiful and unexpected ways. Your intuition is a powerful guide, but it's not the whole story. What if every fleeting thought in your mind was actually a brushstroke on the canvas of your life? Dr. Holmes uncovered a startling truth about the connection between our inner world and outer reality, one that could revolutionize how you approach each day. Here's something that might blow your mind. Every single thought you have is shaping your reality right now. Yes, you heard that right. Dr. Ernest Holmes discovered that our thoughts aren't just idle chatter in our heads, they're the architects of our experience. Holmes believed in a principle called cause and effect. It's not just some abstract idea, it's a powerful force that's at work in your life every moment of every day. Think of it like this. Your thoughts are the cause and your life experiences are the effect. It's like you're constantly broadcasting a signal to the universe and the universe is responding in kind. Now I know what you're thinking. But I have so many thoughts. How can they all be shaping my reality? Well, Holmes found that it's our dominant thoughts and beliefs that have the most impact. Those ideas that you keep coming back to, the ones that color how you see the world. Those are the real powerhouses. Let's break it down with an example. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a bad mood, everything seems to go wrong? You spill your coffee, you hit every red light, your boss is extra cranky. It's not just bad luck. According to Holmes, your negative thoughts are actually creating more negative experiences. But here's the good news. The opposite is also true. When you're in a positive mindset, you're more likely to notice opportunities, connect with people, and have things go your way. So how do we harness this power? Holmes introduced a practice that's simple yet profound. Positive affirmations. These are statements that you repeat to yourself, affirming the reality you want to create. It's like reprogramming your mental software. Here's a powerful affirmation inspired by Holmes's teachings. I know there is a power for good which is responding to me and bringing into my experience everything that is necessary to my unfoldment. Try saying that to yourself right now. Feel the energy of those words. That's the power of positive affirmation in action. But don't stop there. Holmes encourages us to make affirmations a daily practice. Start your day by affirming the good you want to see in your life. Here are a few more to try. I am connected to infinite wisdom and power. Every day, in every way, I am becoming better and better. I trust in the process of life and allow my divine guidance to lead me. Remember, these aren't just empty words. They're tools for reshaping your reality. As you repeat these affirmations, you're literally rewiring your brain to focus on the positive, to see opportunities where you might have missed them before. Now, I get it. This might sound a bit too good to be true, but Holmes wasn't just theorizing. He saw the results of this practice in his own life and in the lives of his students. People who consistently used positive affirmations reported feeling more confident, attracting better opportunities, and experiencing more joy in their daily lives. But here's the key. It's not just about saying the words, it's about feeling the truth about them. When you affirm, I am connected to infinite wisdom and power, really feel that connection. Imagine that divine energy flowing through you. The more you can align your emotions with your affirmations, the more powerful they become. And remember, this isn't about denying reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing where to focus your mental energy. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your experience through your thoughts and beliefs. So here's my challenge to you. For the next week, start each day with a positive affirmation. Choose one that really resonates with you and repeat it with feeling. Notice how it affects your mood, your interactions, and the opportunities that come your way. You might be surprised at how quickly things start to shift. All right, let's wrap this up. You've learned about the incredible power that's been inside you all along. Dr. Holmes showed us that we're all connected to the divine mind, capable of shaping our reality through our thoughts and emotions. Remember, this isn't just for a chosen few, it's your birthright. Start small. Try visualizing your dreams, practicing gratitude, or using affirmations. Be patient with yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a new mindset. But stick with it, and you'll see amazing changes. I'd love to hear how these ideas are working for you. What's your biggest takeaway? Have you noticed any shifts in your life? Share your experiences in the comments. And if you're hungry for more spiritual wisdom, don't worry. We've got plenty more coming your way. Your journey to unlocking your divine potential is just beginning. God bless you.